How are you? How have you been? Happy New Year. Tell me everything that you've done this new year so far. Did you enjoy work going back for the new year? Did anything exciting happen last week? Did you manage your stress this weekend? Did you play? What did you do this weekend? What did you do for New Year's? Did you play as hard as you work? Did you set your New Year's goals and resolutions? What did you do, Work Life Warriors? Please share with me. I had a family game night. We watched the countdown around the world. We cooked some food. We had a good time. I also did glow boxing. So that was fun. I've never done anything like that before. So that was fun. Boxing is a great way to manage your stress, to turn your stress into something that helps to build you instead of break you down. Boxing helps with anti-fragility. So you could just manage your stress in ways that help you release it in the short term, or you can manage your stress in ways that make you better overall in the long term and build anti-fragility. And boxing is one of those things. So I did glow boxing. It was so much fun. I highly recommend it. My work week was amazing. It was amazing to transition into 2024. I am so excited. I have so many great things on the horizon. So I am so excited for 2024. I'm excited for you. Great things are coming to you. I'm excited for us all. This is going to be an amazing year. I feel so many things are shifting. And so I just wanted to come on and give my Monday stress management tip, tool, trick, or technique. So it is 2 p.m. and I'll go ahead and get started. Welcome, Work Life Warriors. I am Ebony Davenport and I teach stress management. I show people how to utilize fund management solutions to decrease stress and counter burnout. I use over 50 tips, tools, tricks, and techniques to manage stress. And today I am going to talk about the foundations of stress. Since this is a beginning, a start of a new year, let's get some things understood about stress before we start to talk about stress management. So today, I want to talk to you about the 5 problems with stress, right? If you are trying to understand stress, here's what you should know. Stress is problematic because definitions differ, stresses vary, and they uniquely impact our body and mind differently, right? Stress is a natural physical and mental reaction to life experiences, but chronic stress affects our health and overall well being. The human body is hardwired to defend itself against stress, but if you leave it unchecked, those reactions will eventually wreak havoc on the body and mind. So, here are the 5 things you need to know to manage stress effectively. First, what is stress? In Eastern philosophy, stress is considered the absence of inner peace. In Western culture, it is regarded as a loss of control. If we blend Eastern philosophy and Western culture's definition, stress is feeling out of control instead of inner peace. According to the World Health Organization, there is often confusion between pressure or challenge and stress. Pressure is unavoidable due to due to the demands of the contemporary work environment, and challenges test capabilities. But chronic stress adversely affects one's health and general well-being. Stress is caused by pressures and demands and challenges that do not meet or match the person's knowledge, skills, resources, or coping ability. 2, stress layers. There are 2 different types of stress. There's good stress, which is eustress, that consists of like graduations, vacations, good news. Distress is bad stress. That's normally what we talk about when we say we are stressed out. We're talking about distress, right? But stress also includes physical stress, which could be injuries to the body, chemical stress, which is like pollution and poison, and emotional stress, which is intense or negative emotions. And that's normally what we're talking about when we say stress, right? Stress level stimulus can be individual or it can be organizational / environmental. So, environmental, just any environment that a person is in. Organizational could be the institutions that govern our daily life, like work or the government. And stress could be acute, which is short term, or chronic, which is long term. So there are three classes of stressors that we really need to think about so that we're managing them. Cataclysmic phenomenon, that is natural disasters. Hopefully, we're not having many of those over a course of a lifetime. We did just have one shared big one, which was COVID. But other than that, we shouldn't have many, or we will hope that we wouldn't have many natural disasters over a course of a lifetime. The second one is personal stressors. So that's like family deaths or health problems, health concerns. And the last one is daily hassles. And that is the one that we are most focused on. It has everything to do with your daily stressors like work, community, relationships, all of the things that you deal with on a daily basis that take you out of character, that make you feel like you're out of control and you do not have the resources to solve. The third thing you need to know is that stress is a process. It occurs in 3 steps. The first step is appraisal, perception. The second step is coping, and the third step is adapting. So when the stimulus occur, we use our experience, our knowledge to appraise if the situation is dangerous or if it's harmless. Stress is a relationship between a person's perceptions, needs, resources, abilities, and the stimulus conditions. So whatever is happening around us, and if we have the resources to solve the problem, right? How we perceive control over any stressor or environment causes stress. Coping refers to the cognitive and behavioral effects to manage, reduce, minimize, master, or tolerate what was appraised as taxing or exceeding your resources, um, or how you can reduce the impact of the stressor, right? So you want to figure out what do you have at your disposal, or what can you get or seek quickly to reduce, minimize, master, or tolerate or manage a stress or a problem or an environment, right? And there are 2 types of coping mechanisms. One is emotion focused coping, where you can change how you feel behind the stressor or an environment. It measures the immediate reduction of the impact on our emotions behind that stressor or the environment or person. And problem focused coping, people confront the problem head on. So it may be eliminating what the stressor is, maybe eliminating the person from your existence, or not going to that environment if it's producing stress. So we want to make sure that we are doing 1 or 2 things when it comes down to coping. We want to focus on our emotions always behind what is happening, but we may have to take the additional step and go into problem focused coping and see if we can eliminate what is stressing us out. Adapting to change stressors or stressful environment implies changing them or modifying our reactions to make the stressor less difficult. The adaptive stress process can be maladaptive or produce adaptive results. Maladaptive behaviors describe behaviors that adapt, modify, or adjust poorly, producing inappropriate attitudes or undesirable outcomes. So sometimes maladaptive behaviors may work for you in the short term, but in the long term, there are consequences that really didn't warrant using it for short term relief, right? So the adaptation sequence of appraising, coping, and adapting can be automatic, which is what we consider autopilot, and many of us are in autopilot, or it can be disruptive, and we can disrupt our autopilot behavior by practicing mindfulness. Number 4 is stimulus. So whenever an organism experiences a stimulus, we all have a similar response, right? We react initially the same way. We freeze, and then from there we have to figure out if we're going to fight, fawn, flop, right? When we are confronted with a stimulus, regardless of whether it is challenging or positive, the very first thing we do is freeze, and then we have the opportunity to respond after that, or if we're just in autopilot, react, right? When a body perceives a threat or stressor, chemical or physical responses occur. After appraisal, we can either react or respond to the threat or stressor by pausing to respond, or we can just, again, like I just said, react into autopilot. Changing from stimulus, pause, react to stimulus, pause, response. Respond is practicing stress management. It is honoring the pause and knowing that when a stimulus occurs, you have the ability to pause and ask what you need, what's required. Think about the other person, think about desired income outcomes, and respond, right? The fifth one is mindfulness. So, mindfulness based stress reduction help people to become more aware of their automatic reactions. It helps us to relate to ourselves in different ways, to big patterns, and give us more options in life, right? Consistently practicing mindfulness meditation to reduce stress and enhance healthy positive impacts physically and mentally, uh, improve cognitive function. The challenges with being mindful directly comes from the society that we're in. As you can see, everything always is fighting for our attention. We are so stressed out and overstimulated that it is tough to stay aware. The present moment is the only opportunity we have to change. So, how does stress affect your health? The long-term activation of the stress response and overexposure to cortisol, which is the stress hormone, and other stress hormones like adrenaline, can disrupt almost all of the body's processes and increase the risk of many health problems. It affects many of our systems like the nervous system, respiratory system, our reproductive system, endocrine system, and immune system. Long term stress contributes to developing chronic diseases and illnesses, and it is estimated that 75 to 90% of all visits to primary care physicians are for stress related problems. 6 in 10 adults in the US have chronic diseases such as asthma, heart disease, obesity, cancer, or diabetes, and 4 in 10 adults have two or more. In addition to the 52.9 million adults in the US ages 18 or older affected by mental illnesses like anxiety and depression. So, why does it matter? Stress is an unavoidable part of life, and how we manage it matters. People think that denying stress is better than acknowledging it, but ignoring it does not diminish the physical, psychological, and behavioral effects. In modern society, people wear stress like a badge of honor and we use it to virtue signal. Stress is the price for a fast paced, high paying status career. So it's kind of fashionable, right? We brag about the consequences of stress, like the lack of sleep and exercise, poor eating habits, and unbalanced work and life. Stress is a global problem in which people build an immunity to acknowledging the negative consequences and proactively countering its physical and psychological effects. In addition to acknowledging that stress can be a harmful problem, it can also be beneficial. Stress could be good or bad, depending on how much in its perception. Changing our mindset about stress changes our body's response to stress. What we think about stress and how we cope with and respond to it determines how it affects us. We know when we are feeling stressed out, and we know how not to feel stressed out. But without stress management education, we do not know if our actions offset or induce long-term consequences. Mindset can predetermine our interpretation and responses to events, circumstances, and situations, since it is a collection of thoughts, attitudes, and beliefs that affect what we feel, say, and do. In summary, we could change how we view stress, right? And that will change our perception of a stressor, which changes how it impacts our mind, body, and everything in between, right? We could change our emotions or actions to manage stress. Many of our actions are not countering stress or reducing cortisol. So, TV, shopping, social media, alcohol, drugs, stress eating, diet, numbing, avoiding, disengagement. All of them are maladaptive ways to manage stress. However, we can use stress management and wellness solutions like play, exercise, diet, nature, deep breathing. We can use these exercises anytime, anywhere to counter stress. We all have goals and dreams that we work so very hard to achieve. We are busybodies that sleep and eat poorly and grind beyond human capacity. But no one benefits, not our family and friends, not our employer, our community, and especially not our well being. Although there is no way to avoid the omnipresence of stress, it can be managed. We work hard, but we must play harder. We do, but we must be. We depreciate instead of self actualizing. We exist instead of live. Commit now to prioritizing your well being and join our Work Life Warrior Tribe for support. So we are here every Monday. I give a new trick, tool, or technique to manage stress. On Wednesdays, I do a wellness work break. So I give about 3 to 5 deep breathing exercises that we do together. On Friday is Fun Funny Friday. So we do some laughter yoga or something just for fun. Every first Saturday of the month is our virtual stress management fun shop. So find me on all the social media platforms, mostly LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. Also, if you're interested in some in-person work and you want to work with a group, I do stress management fun shops every third Saturday of the month in Raleigh. It is such a good time. We do 25 minutes of stress education. In the last hour and a half, we wind up learning training and how to practically implement them. So it turns into a party. We are dancing, singing, clapping, stomping, having a good time playing games. So please join us if you are in Raleigh. Other than that, I am publishing either an article, a video, or something each day of the week. So please join our Work Life Warrior Tribe. We are a community of practice and we are trying to implement stress management into our already busy lives so we can improve the overall quality of our life. So if you are interested, please like and subscribe. Find me on these social media platforms. If you have any questions, you can send me a message. You can inbox me. I am so grateful to have the opportunity to serve. So send them to me, and when I get an opportunity, I will answer you as quickly as I can. If you are interested in starting the new year another way, I am a stress management lifestyle consultant. So if you're looking to go through your life and figure out what your stresses are and create a plan to eliminate your stressors, work with a professional to help you identify what they are, and we together put a plan in place, and then you'll have a community of practice to give you support and where you can go and ask questions. Please contact me if you are available. And as always, thank you for coming to work on your stress. Living is a shared experience. So when you work on your stress, it impacts me and vice versa. That is why I work with individuals, groups, and businesses to help teach stress management so that people can improve their overall quality of life. So I hope you have a plan to play. I hope you play today or you're playing in every way. It is your responsibility to manage your stress. It will only benefit you. The only way to improve the overall quality of your life is to incorporate play into your most stressful moments or practice stress management and wellness. The world will thank you for it. Your family will thank you for it. Your employer will thank you for it. You have one life. Why not make it a wonderful life, a life that you enjoy, a life that when your alarm goes off in the morning, you're excited to wake up to? That happens by adding play, joy, and fun into your life. So I will see you all on Wednesday for our wellness work break. We'll be doing some deep breathing together. And I want you to go out there and enjoy your work week, Work Life Warriors, and share with me in the chat. What are your plans this week for managing stress, and how are you going to incorporate play into your work life? Thank you so much, Work Life Warriors, and I will see you on Wednesday. Have a great day.